This is study week this week. We're not going to introduce any new content other than what you've already been working on. And in addition to that, if you go down to week 15, study week, and you click on that link, that for this week, since it's a short week, getting ready for Thanksgiving break, you're going to continue to work on the professional PowerPoint presentation assignment, which means you're going to have to participate in the discussion, which if you have not already, you need to. And then you're also going to be submitting the draft of that presentation as an assignment. So you're participating in the discussion with other students about your planning for it, and then you are going to be creating that PowerPoint presentation if you have not, and then you will be submitting that to another discussion link as well as an assignment. So right now, the menu is showing week 15 learning activities, and if you see the assignment descriptions, you have the PowerPoint draft. You've been working on the 10 slide PowerPoint presentation that is designed to present you to some type of venue where you'd want to be hired or presented. So you're doing that presentation in PowerPoint, the 10 slides. What you need to have at this point that you're going to submit as a draft, as an assignment first, right? So your first slide should have the title and text image that you worked on last week. If you remember that assignment where we had the IAIA rainbow and you typed your name over the rainbow. All right, that is going to be the title slide. At least one of the slides has to include audio or video that would play when the presentation is given. You also need to have an artist statement on one of the slides that describes your work and why you think your work is important. One of the slides has to have an action photo of you doing something related to your presentation, to your profession. As I mentioned, you can use an already existing photo or video or audio that you have or create a new one, but you can't use one that was used in a previous assignment. And then the last page should have your contact information, which includes your name, address, email, Facebook page, if you have one. So you'll submit it to the professional presentation draft assignment link, which I am grading, and then you'll submit it as an attachment to the draft PowerPoint discussion. And then when it's in the discussion, you'll be looking at the presentations of at least 3 other class members and commenting on them. So if you were going to be doing the assignment, so you've completed the PowerPoint presentation, what you have to this point, you would browse your computer to find the draft that you created. So for example, mine is called Stephen Fadden Professional Presentation Draft. I would click on that icon, that file, to attach it. So it's now showing that it is attached here. In comments, I might write, Fadden, here is the draft of my presentation. So it's already attached. You're putting a comment in there, and then when you click submit, it submits that assignment directly to me. I would be the only one, Ben and I would be the only ones seeing it. And then you see where it says generate preview. It may not generate the preview for you. That's one part. Next, in week 15, you would then go to discussion 4. Some people haven't done discussion 3 yet, so you got to wrap that up too. Discussion 4. PowerPoint draft of your professional presentation. It's the same file you just submitted to me to be graded. And this one, you would click on a discussion link, and you would click Create Thread. This is the draft of my presentation. You might type the same thing down here. Now remember, this is a discussion, but you would still go to Attachments. You would click Browse My Computer, find that presentation again, and when you click Open, it will show you that it has been added. And then you would click Submit, and it's now in the discussion section, which means that you would have to go back to the discussion. So I've got that presentation there. I, as a student then, so suppose I'm Olin, and I'm logged in, and I see Fadden's presentation there. I would click on Fadden's link. I find the presentation. I click on that to download and open it. I would click to open it, and I would look at the whole presentation. I would look at the images, the content, and the like. Once I have done so, I think, okay, what is really good about the presentation? What could be improved? And how could it be improved? So I might say to Fadden, if I was Olin, the background image is very sensuous and alluring. I don't see any other content. Perhaps you need to reread the assignment instructions and add the necessary information. Such as an action photo of you breaking your ankle, or doing headstands on your cane. And then click Submit, and there's been one response to that. If I was Olin, I would then find two other people in the class. I would click on their thread, I would download the presentation, and give them some feedback on it. So you'll be giving feedback to 3 other members of the class. So you're submitting your PowerPoint presentation as an assignment that I grade. You are then submitting it to a discussion for link that 3 other people in the class will look at and give you feedback on, so that when you are preparing the final draft, you can think about the things that were said to you on how to make a good presentation even better. In addition, this is study week, and I have decided to open up every assignment back to week 9. That if there are any assignments that you failed to complete from week 9 forward, you have the opportunity to complete them for 3/4 of the credit. They will be late, but you can still get make-up credit for it. So what would have been 100 points originally, you can still turn in for 75. So all the way back to week 9, they've been reopened. So we have an opportunity to recoup lost credit, some of it. And that you can find by clicking either on the assignments link or on the individual weeks. Weeks 9 through 15. So there is no new content added this week. However, you are working on the draft of your presentation, submitting it as an assignment, submitting it as a discussion, giving feedback to 3 other students, and if you get all of that done, doing any makeup assignments or back assignments that are due that you have not yet submitted. Is that clear what you are to do today and this week?